All the crap that we're interested
all
in.
the crap that we're interested in. I'm Keith Davidson.
I'm Papa Joey Stay.
I'm Tim Rice.
Searching for
the truth.
Exploring
the unexplained. Investigating the paranormal. Subscribe now.
Hit the alert button.
Hit the alert button so you don't miss an episode. Welcome to The Truth
About beer.
and...
So here we are.
Wow.
Oh, we got the echo.
I love that intro.
Oh, it didn't mute.
There
Now
you
it
go.
did.
There you
There we
go.
go. Okay.
All right. You love that intro?
Well, that's kind of a
I
cool
love that
cool
intro.
effect, though. I just know what
Make us sound sexy.
Ooh.
Now
Okay.
batting. Oh, no, sorry. So, welcome to The Truth About Beer. And
Happy Unexplained Hour.
our first, not our first, but our first
Well, our first
switch to Tuesday
on YouTube.
on YouTube. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And since we missed doing something last week, we were kind of jonesing
Yeah.
to
I
do
was-
this.
I was bummed. Were you bummed? I was bummed.
When was that?
It would have been last Saturday.
No, yeah. I've waited a long time.
Oh, that's right, because you weren't able
yeah,
to make it.
you
on
guys
the
got to
last
play
live
together
show.
since I was here.
Oh,
last.
wow. Yeah, that's true, huh?
Wow.
Oh, that sucks.
Welcome back, Tim.
Good to be back.
Yeah, it's nice to have you back. And welcome, everybody.
Yes, welcome.
Welcome.
We're really happy you joined us.
We have a good show for you tonight.
Yes, we do. But on our happy, unexplained hour, we have a game.
Yes, we do.
It's a drinking game.
And we like to drink.
And like any game, there's rules.
Yes. Rule number 1. You must be of drinking age.
Damn it. Oh, you're talking about for them.
And
Rule
there
number
should-
2
oh, yeah.
is obviously you must have a drink. What's rule number 3?
What is it, Tim?
Refer to rule number 1.
That'd be you have to be of age.
Refer to rule number 2.
Oh, then rule number 3 is once you
Drink.
hear. Well, when you hear this,
That's right.
You take a
take
drink.
a drink. Oh, it's so easy.
And we're kind of changing things up with the beers tonight a little bit. So since, actually, Joey, this was your idea. It was a great idea. Since this weekend is the 4th of July, which was your clap.
Oh, yeah. No. Okay, that's good.
So since this weekend is the 4th of July, we decided to drink just some good old-fashioned American beers.
We did. So
We did.
we have Sam Adams,
Cherry wheat.
cherry wheat.
And what are you drinking, Tim?
Budweiser.
And I like the cherry idea because of the
Cherry
cherry
bombs.
pie, right?
Oh, yeah,
Type of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Or the cherry bombs. 4th of July, those fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
Those are
That works.
awesome.
That's fitting. That's fitting.
That's fitting.
I like that. Oh,
All
guys,
kinds of
you know,
things.
we're not compliant.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. That's right. We have some cool masks.
I don't know if you could. Oh, you can still hear. Look at that. Probably kind of muffled, though.
A little bit.
I don't know if you could. Oh, you can still hear.
How's that?
Was that you? I heard an echo.
Luke. What was that?
I am your father.
What was that?
It was Julie,
Was
wasn't it?
that Julie? I heard somebody else talking.
Oh, we got Julie up here tonight, too.
Yeah.
Hi, Julie.
And we got our Bigfoot gnome
Oh, and everybody's going to know why we have Bigfoot up here
real
a
soon.
little bit later. Real soon, though.
How do I look?
You look good.
All right. Oh,
But you know
do
what?
We look like fighter pilots.
You look like twins. What the hell? Just
Triplet?
triplets.
Like Top Gun fighter pilots.
All right, I can't wear this. Too hot.
I can't even.
I can't breathe.
But these are nice. Really super nice.
They are nice, but they got to go.
We got a bunch of people on tonight so far already. We got Michelle on, and Michelle happens to be right here with us. Hi, Michelle.
Wow. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining us.
We got Shaylin.
Oh, wait. Here. Say hi,
Go
Michelle.
ahead, say hi.
Hi.
There you go. We got Shaylin managing phones tonight,
Hi.
and whatever else she wants to jump in on.
I mean, Julie's following with her eyes, though. I'll tell you that right now.
I noticed her head turn.
I'm staring at her. She moved.
I know. I saw that.
Unless he moved her, but
Did
No,
you move it?
she broke my X-Carve, one of my X-Carve bits today.
That's scary.
Yeah, was trying to build her a box.
Will you
Nice
tell me what that
display
means later?
case.
We got Wendy on.
Hi,
Hi,
Wendy.
Eric on stories. Beyond the Veil's on, hanging out with
Hey.
us. Bad Wolf
Francis.
Studios. I love that name. That's a cool name.
Bad Wolves.
That's cool. So thanks for joining us,
Welcome, guys.
We have a great show tonight, actually. A couple of really good callers calling in, and yeah. Huh. Oh, sorry. I was behind.
Wait, so does it count if I say it?
Yeah, it kind of
Sure.
does.
Okay.
Well, we had our last live on location was at Ellsworth Brewery, and we actually had somebody suggest that.
Yeah,
The
they
women
did.
say "huh" instead of the machine.
Except they weren't saying it enough, so I had to keep
Huh?
You got to keep it.
had to keep poking them.
See, now you're starting it.
I'm the only one that plays this right.
What do you mean?
Every time anybody says "huh," you guys are way behind the 8 ball.
So today was Trivia Tuesday, and we threw out a trivia question today, and we actually had somebody answer it right. But the question was, if I could read this, what was the city in Florida where a man became a real-life zombie while on bath salts and ate a homeless man's face off, half off? You guys remember that story? I think we talked about it in our zombie episode, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
We touched on it a little bit.
And then we also, you brought it up again on another episode, I think.
I think I did. I'm pretty sure because I'm fascinated by the story. So it
crazy.
is actually true. And the answer is it took place in Miami in 2012. 2012, imagine that. So as a 31-year-old man, police caught him. He was hanging out in this area, I guess, and he was naked. And they come up to him, and he was in the process of, he jumped on a homeless man and started literally eating his face. And I guess the homeless man, obviously, he passed away, but he was unrecognizable when the
Wow.
coroner got to him, I guess. 'Cause they said the only thing... Sorry, I was mid-drink. The only thing they could recognize on him was goatee when he was done, so that was pretty disturbing.
Is goatee?
Yeah.
I would have started there.
But they say,
He saved it for floss.
but they say he was on bath salts. And then I read another article that said the toxicology report didn't show any signs that he was on bath salts. What was that? So does that mean he was a real live zombie? Could be. Maybe he was left over from one of those plantation zombies.
How long does bath salt stay in your system? I don't think we know that much about it.
I don't know.
It turns into dopamine and sopamine. It's eventually a natural chemical in your body.
Shay's got it. She's going to get this.
No. Was spice part of that? Was that a bath salt thing?
No.
Or was it, what was
It
it?
was a synthetic marijuana.
You smoked it?
For 48
No.
to 72 hours.
I smoke real marijuana.
48 to 72?
Yeah, 48 to 72 hours.
Wow.
So by the time they did the autopsy in the crime scene, it could have been too late, and they may have not found it in his body. I'm just saying. It would take bath salts to make me eat anyone. I'm telling you that right now.
Wendy said BS. What is Wendy saying BS to? The whole story? Or?
Yeah, he was on something.
I think he was on something. I agree. Wendy, what are you saying BS to? The whole story or the fact that they say he wasn't on bath salts? Because I'm curious.
I think she's saying the fact that
He had to be on something.
he wasn't on anything is
Yeah, he had to be on something.
right. He
What,
had to
what
be.
makes somebody do that? But, the evolution of drugs over the years is pretty fascinating, if you think about it.
Yeah, we've reached a new level.
Now I thought we reached a new level with Tide Pods, but,
Synthetic drugs are incredible now. I mean, they have, you remember roofies, they used to call them back in the day? They have things that you can put in a drink and drug someone that cannot be traced. It's just crazy. So, I don't know.
Well, I think at the time, the news report that I read said that in 2012, they weren't able to detect the chemicals from the bath salts, I guess, in the body.
She says that she's saying BS to him being on bath salts altogether.
That he wasn't
No
on
bath
bath
salts.
Yeah.
Oh, because
So-
you've done bath salts
He
and
was
you know
on-
what it does. No. What?
She says he was on something, not unless
But
he
it
was a
wasn't bath
cannibal.
salts.
So
Okay, there have been reports of bath salts, and I've got a personal story, but I won't share it with you. But bath salts can cause people to do really weird things, and I know a couple of personal experiences where people have actually eaten their arms and parts of their body because they've been on bath salts.
yeah, I'm good. I'll drink beer.
It always includes nudity too. Every time I hear bath salts,
Yeah,
someone's always running around naked.
You're in a bath.
Ah, well, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, I'll stick with beer. I'm good.
Beer salts.
Beer
All right,
salts.
there you go.
I love beer. So, also want to mention that we're going to be doing our first SUDS investigation
Oh yeah.
coming up in a couple of weeks, which we're pretty excited about. And that's in Oracle.
Tell them about suds again.
Thank you.
Know how to shut them up quick.
SUDS standing for Searching, Understanding, and Discovering Spirits,
And suds.
which we will be
And
doing.
suds.
And SUDS
Isn't that a good
correlates to beer. I like that. See that play there?
That's awesome.
It worked out good.
That was a good idea. Whose idea was that?
Joey's.
Joey. That
I got to
was
give credit to Joey.
Something.
Got to give credit to Joey.
I thought we were talking about a laundromat there for a minute, but thank God you're talking about beer.
I just think about clean things all the time. Mom, my thoughts are clean.
We got to talk.
Now that's BS. Oh man!
That's
So
what
we're
the suds
pretty
are
excited
for.
about that. So we're going up to Oracle to the tuberculosis hospital again,
And what day is that again?
The
the
11th.
11th of July.
I can't wait.
That's if they don't shut,
Yeah, they let
shut
us in.
any more of the state.
We'll bring
down.
our masks.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah. So pretty excited about that. I'm excited. You excited? Your first.
Oh God! I'm
No, it's your
excited.
second
This
investigation
look-
with us, actually.
well,
Because you did Payson.
I
you
did
did
Payson in the. Yeah, I did all those 3 investigations. So it was 3, right? We did the graveyard, we did the antique store, and we
Antique store.
did the.
Oh yeah, because we went out
Yeah.
looking for Bigfoot.
So this is our first official lockdown inside a facility that
Yes.
we know about. I mean, those things were kind of spontaneous.
This was last minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, this is
And
This
we
will
have
be-
some history there because we know the facility. We know kind of what to expect. I mean, I think are we bringing Julie this time? I think we are.
We need to.
Julie's on with us every time we
I
go
think so.
anywhere.
I agree. She should.
And by the way, if you don't know Julie, this is Julie, and you want to introduce Julie to the crowd?
You just did.
Well, I mean,
Well, Julie was a she's an orphan from Goodwill.
bless her heart.
So we really don't have any history on her. We don't know a damn thing about her, but we do know that the first night we decided to bring her on a show, things got kind of crazy.
They sure did.
They absolutely did. It was
And
pretty
if you
exciting.
want to see that, go back to show
the Haunted Dolls
The
episode.
Haunted Dolls.
That was another live episode, so it happened
Crazy.
live on film.
Wendy wants you to bring Julie to the barbecue.
I think we can accomplish that.
Yeah. We'll have her behind glass for that.
That's in 3 days.
I know. I'll have it finished tonight.
If she don't keep breaking bits.
Yeah, but if she doesn't break another bit.
All right, we'll bring Julie to the barbecue.
Julie's welcome.
She'll be there. She stays at my house.
Who asked that? Is that Wendy that asked
Wendy,
that?
yes, Wendy.
Wendy's coming to the barbecue?
Yes, she is.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I
Can't
mean,
wait to see
Rebecca's
it.
going to be there too.
Yeah,
right?
Rebecca's going to be there.
Awesome. Can't wait
Wendy's
to see
going to
you
be there.
guys. We're going to have a blast.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be a good time. So, yeah, speaking of Bigfoot, we went out to do the Bigfoot investigation in Payson and came up bust, obviously, but huh?
What?
How's that possible
What became a...
that we didn't?
The Bigfoot investigation because we didn't.
Oh,
know it.
well.
This
And-
is my
and-
last.
Are you out already?
We need a beer over here.
Holy crap.
We need a couple over here. Do you need one?
Wow.
So, the Bigfoot thing, it started out, the intentions were good. But this whole COVID thing hit, and everybody went north, and it just scared the hell out of Bigfoot, so he went north. And so he was nowhere around when we were up there. And
You have to drink this, by the way.
that makes sense. I mean, he didn't want to be. I mean, 50,000 people went north to Payson and all of the rim country.
And we were part of that 50,000.
Yeah, and Bigfoot
Yes, we were.
says,
This is what I meant.
Bigfoot said, "Hell, I'm out of here." So that it's all right. It's all right. He had a reason to leave.
Well, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back in the winter, I think.
Yeah.
Or when it cools down and
When
there's
it's
not
7
a
degrees
trillion
and
people
nobody's
camping
there.
out there. So we'll head back out there and do that. So
Take the parabolic and
yeah,
call him out.
I think so much fun. We got 3 more to build. We have to do an episode on that too.
Yeah.
So tonight we're gonna have a guest on. His name is Mike the Naked Bigfoot.
I'm excited.
And
Should be
I've
fun.
heard so much about this guy. It's
he's
so
really-
intriguing.
He's really cool. He's really cool. So, yeah, I'm anxious to hear his stories.
Mike the what?
Naked Bigfoot.
Naked Bigfoot.
It's great.
all right, can you tell us how you got that name?
Yeah, hopefully he will.
Well,
All right.
He's
we're
on.
going to talk to him. He's on?
Let's
He's
talk to
on.
Mike.
Yeah, let's talk to Mike.
All right. Hey,
This is Mike.
Mike.
How's everybody doing?
Good. How you doing?
I am rocking and rolling. It's Tuesday night.
Hey, Mike, where are you calling from?
I am calling from Blue Ridge, Virginia.
Is that in a forest?
Well, we're at the part of Blue Ridge that I live in. It's about 70+ acres on the farm,
Oh wow.
and
awesome.
we're butted right. We're butted right up against the Blue Ridge Mountains too, in Western Virginia.
Oh, I bet it's some beautiful
That's
country.
sweet. I got one thing to say. Road trip.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Thanks for
it's
joining
really
us, man.
secluded.
So tell us how you got your name.
Mike or,
Mike, you.
no, I mean Mike or the Naked Bigfoot.
Mike, how did you get Naked Bigfoot?
Oh,
I'm sorry, do I need to
Well-
be referring to you as the Naked Bigfoot?
Naked Bigfoot would be pretty darn awesome.
Okay.
I mean,
Hey, Naked.
I've been
NBF. How did you get your name?
Naked Bigfoot came around. It was I used to be called Bigfoot Mike by some of my friends that are close by me that know some of the weird stuff that I've seen and dealt with over the years. And I thought it was a joke. I said, well, how can I be Bigfoot Mike when I'm as hairy as I am? Because I'm a hairy monster. I really am a
bless your
hairy
heart.
monster. And yeah, well, thank God for electrolysis and razors. So,
You know, they make Nair, too. Have you ever tried Nair?
no.
It really works.
Dude.
Don't ask me why.
dude, that's a whole different story. That burns.
Exactly. Different podcast.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh yeah, that's a different podcast, and I'm scheduled for tomorrow night on that one. So there'll be demonstrations and pictures. So
All right. Please continue. I'm sorry.
oh gosh, but yeah, I told him finally started growing a beard out, so I can actually, and I'm bald too. I'm bald as a cue ball, so
All right.
naturally. So, but I'm growing this great manly beard right now, so I'm the semi-naked Bigfoot currently. So.
Pictures, please.
I'll try to put squirrels over the parts I don't want to see.
That's awesome.
And it's got to be some big squirrels too, but it's gonna work out. Yeah, that just happened.
We
You're gonna
we
have
do
to-
have a disclaimer that this is not a kid-friendly show.
No,
so we're
and
good.
you're gonna have to.
No.
You're gonna have
If you
to
got
upgrade.
little Jamie or Johnny, little Jamie and Johnny need to go sit down someplace and watch something.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah. You're gonna have to upgrade to a marmot.
A what?
I can't climb a tree now, but
He
I
knows
can
what
hang off
that
a tree,
means.
but I can't climb. A
So
marmot?
anyway, continue. Yeah.
Anyhow, so it's been kind of a running joke being the Naked Bigfoot. So I always make fun of it because, and I had an encounter with Bigfoot.
That's what we want to hear.
Not an up close picnic with him or anything. We didn't sit down and share a few sandwiches or bananas, but it was scary enough.
Jack Link's jerky? No.
I think he probably likes my homebrew though, but he doesn't get too much of it. Yeah, really wicked. Well, I can't talk too much about the still. I might have some of those revenuers that are hanging around the property. So I got to
What are you drinking tonight there? Naked?
Actually, I'm drinking some of my homebrew, actually, and that's probably why I'm as mouthy as I am right now. 'Cause I got a quart jar full of some of my clear right now, drinking that. So.
Awesome road trip. I want some of that.
Yeah, this was my last year's too. So I haven't started this year's yet, but last year's was pretty darn sweet. So
Cool.
Yeah, I heard your 2017 was a good year.
no, it was a very good year, but that's for different reasons. Yeah, that's again separate podcast tomorrow night.
Get with me later. Let me know when this podcast. I need to join in for this.
Right, exactly.
Oh, dude, yeah. You got to wear purple, though. You got to wear purple velvet. It won't look right if you're not wearing purple velvet. So.
Oh.
So why are you naked Bigfoot? Can you get on with that story?
Oh, I know.
He was explaining.
It's a Southern storyteller. I can go off on 40 different tangents. But about 10 years ago, when I took over this farm here, it was an old family property. It had been in the family for generations. And I'd come back. I'd been traveling all over the United States because I was a wild and crazy teenager and wild and crazy after teenage years too. But I decided to settle down back here in Virginia, and I took back over this farm, this old farmhouse. And like I said, 70 plus, 80 some acres out here up against the mountains. Who could say no? I mean, hey, I didn't have to pay for it. I just had to pay for the electricity out here.
That's a sweet deal.
Oh, it was awesome. I just came back in and took back over the property because nobody'd been in the property for about 20, 30 years. Nobody's lived on the property. Well, we wanted to go up on the western side, me and my buddy Robbie. I wish I could have had Robbie here tonight. You guys would have really enjoyed hearing from Robbie.
What's his nickname?
His nickname is Duty, but you don't want me to explain that one.
Voodoo?
Yeah, not duty as in D-U-T-Y. We're talking about duty as in I got to go duty.
Oh, boy.
But,
that's a whole nother podcast.
Sorry, I asked.
well, yeah, he was my special friend growing up. He had issues. Yeah, he had issues, and he would let them issues fly at the inappropriate time.
That's
Anyhow. Anyhow, I took Robbie back there because he had access to a bulldozer. We wanted to clear off some of the property across the creek going back towards the mountains on the western end of the property. So we took the bulldozer back there. We took the old Massey Ferguson, for those who don't know, is a tractor, back there as well across the creek, which is in the western third of the property, which is really secluded. There's no roads. There were no roads back there. It was just dark forest. And it ain't dark forest like that show that was on TV with them idiots. This place is actually dark and spooky. But there won't no wild people running through there except for me, the naked Bigfoot. Anywho, we were there, and we started marking the trees because we're going to have some loggers come in and start taking the trees out from over there so we can make a road, because we wanted to build a house place, and back there in the woods, a separate house place to go back to. Well, the day we took the heavy equipment back there, the old tractor and the old bulldozer back there, we left it and took the ATV back to the house. About a 40-50 minute drive from the main house I'm in right now. So it's quite a ways back in the woods. Well, the next day we went back out there. We took our paint and everything to go back out there. We saw the bulldozer and the tractor were covered in limbs.
In what?
They were covered in limbs. They were covered in cedar limbs.
Camouflage.
And pine tree. Yeah, and pine tree limbs. Well, I say limbs, but it literally looked like somebody had gone through and snapped off pieces of the tree, bigger pieces than the limbs up against them. We're not talking about cut off. These things were snapped off. And they were covering the tractor and they were covering the bulldozer from top to bottom. In the bucket, they had some up in the cab. They were just completely covering it. And you can see around the trees around us that's where they had literally ripped it. Whatever was out there, whoever had done that had ripped. We were thinking had just ripped it off and threw it up there. And we had probably some of the inbred locals around there that wanted to screw it.
Hey, wait. What did you say? Hold on. I missed that. What did you say?
Some of the inbred locals around there.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you said. Okay, continue.
Oh, yeah. Come to find out, there weren't any inbred locals. Nobody ever goes on that property out here. Everybody steers clear of our property. But at the time, we didn't realize that. I thought that some of the more special people in the town, because I was just starting to getting to know the people out there in the town, so I didn't know too much about them. I thought they'd come out there and screw with us, and we were going to have a deliverance moment or something. Yeah, you could hear the banjo playing.
Yep.
Anyhow, we cleaned the limbs off. I cussed loudly. I mean, I cussed a lot. Rob was out there cussing with me, but I didn't make any sense of what he was cussing about. But we got the limbs off, and we were able to go through and clean off some more of the property. We got the heavy equipment out. We cut off down a bunch of trees. By the end of the day, we left again. Next day, we came back, covered in limbs again. It just wasn't limbs. It were rocks then.
Rocks, too. Wow.
Rocks. Big rocks. We're not talking about pebbles. We're not talking about the stuff out there in the gravel. We're talking about stuff that came out of a creek and a riverbed rock.
River rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that were stacked and thrown. Because the glass on the bulldozer on the cab of it had actually been broken by one of the rocks. There were limbs. Yeah, the limbs were all over the. Yep.
You are drinking with us, right?
Every time you hear that, you got to take a drink.
Right, thank you. All right, continue.
We're kind of behind, actually.
I know. Really?
My riveting storytelling.
Be careful. Mike's drinking the homebrew. Better watch out.
Just be sipping.
Dude, I got a straw in this jar, too. It's awesome. So if you see me take a second, I'm sipping. This stuff is good. I can't tell you the proof, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go blind at some point.
For a second, I thought he was going to say a funnel.
I've done that.
Again, that's a separate podcast, and that's Friday.
Yeah, right.
Anyhow, drinking games with the Naked Bigfoot.
I think I know why you're naked most of the time now.
Dude, I do not believe in clothes living back here. I'm going to tell you that right now. When I get a few drinks in me, it's not tequila. It's the clear. It's the... I don't know. Somehow end up in the pond and I ain't wearing nothing.
Road trip.
You know, we just talked about a story where a guy in Florida got naked and ate some guy's face off. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
I haven't eaten anybody, but I've eaten some stuff I probably shouldn't have eaten out there in the yard. And the only reason I knew I had is because I still had some of it on my body. It wasn't poo or anything, but it was awfully damn.
But it was
close
sticky,
to it,
huh?
so. Oh, dude, it wasn't just sticky. I mean, them squirrels look at me sideways for a reason. And no, before y'all get to, don't take your heads out the gutter. Right? There ain't no bestiality going on. I'm talking about eating squirrels.
Oh, yeah. That's what we were thinking.
You might have to get on the Bigfoot here.
Let's go back to Bigfoot there. Let's go back to the Bigfoot.
Okay.
Anyhow, at that point, I wasn't just pissed off. I was just pissed off, and I was kind of scared because somebody's coming out there, and now they're throwing a rock. I mean, we're talking a ton of rocks laying off against the tires, busted out the glass on the dozer. We had rocks sitting in there on the seats and everything else, and inside the bucket. Well, we're looking at each other and we're getting kind of scared because neither one of us, neither me or Duty brought our gun out there with us or even a stick. We could pick up some of the rocks maybe and throw them around. So I looked at him and said, "Dude, we still got a job to do. I don't know what the hell's going on out here, but we got a job to do. But we're gonna cut this job short because we were getting kind of nervous at that point. Somebody out there is really screwing with us hard. So we do a little bit more work. We head back out, go back home." Come out the next day, same damn thing. Even more limbs, even more. And then we started finding saplings. We're talking about sassafras saplings and stuff that had been ripped out then and thrown at the equipment. In addition to rocks and even more limbs.
You say sassafras?
Sassafras, yeah.
Sassafras and pawpaw.
Huh?
Sassafras and pawpaw. Now you can brew some stuff with those. Just to let you know.
Dude, I want to party with you so bad.
Dude, it's better than bath salts. My great grandma Voodoo, she taught me all kinds of crap about brewing in the woods. You can make anything either make you drunk or high as a kite. You just got to walk to the woods and find it. And it's all legal.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You tell them the government doesn't know about many of them. They look at you and go, "What are you on?" I said, "I'm on Brazilian yap fruit." And they said, "Well, it's not on the list. Go ahead and take it." So, anyhow, back to the Bigfoot story.
Wow.
Oh God, no! I actually had to drink before telling this because this story actually scares the crap out of me. Everything is, you'll find out in a second why it scares the crap out of me. Went back out, saw the saplings. They got pulled up and thrown all over the trucks again, thrown all over the vehicles again. And at that point, I'm pissed. And I'm scared. So I walk towards tree lines that we have around us and where stuff has been ripped up at and the limbs have been broken off at. And I got going, "Whoever the hell you are, you might as well," and I'm just, here come the words. So if there's any kids in the room, you better cover their ears because little Johnny's going to learn a couple of words out of my mouth. I said, "I don't know who the frick you are, but I didn't say frick. But if you got a problem with this, bring your ass out right now. And that's when I heard. It was about 40 yards out in the woods into the pine where you couldn't see much out there because it was dark in the pines and the cedar trees. And lots of honeysuckle. That something starts stomping around. And see, I've been around bears. I've been around big animals and big things in the woods. But this thing had feet. It was stomping. It was breaking stuff. And all the animals we'd heard in the woods, all the birds, all the woodpeckers, all the creepy little birds that are out there chirping, it's like suddenly the whole woods all around us was holding its breath. Everything got dead quiet, except for that stomping in the woods. And I had, oh yeah, the stomping started. I got goosebumps thinking of the stomping that started on that one.
Hey, Naked, no offense, but I don't think you're drinking.
Dude. I got it right here in my hand, but I'm going to tell you the truth. My hand is shaking because I was
all right, keep going. Keep going.
It's been a decade. My hand is shaking now. It's been out there in the woods. And that's when I heard Rob come up behind me, and he said, we need to get the hell out of here. He was scared. And I started getting goosebumps. And it was stomping. It was stomping in front of us. There was something behind us stomping. There was something ahead of us stomping. Just something was in the woods making a hell of a mess around us, just stomping around. I couldn't move. I was scared crapless. My mouth is dry now. My mouth dried up then, too. And it felt like my insides had turned to ice, and they were going to run out my butt.
I would have been like your buddy Duty.
I'm not joking. I'm pretty sure Duty let one fly that down there, too. But when Duty gets quiet, either he's crapped himself or he's scared enough to crap himself, and Duty got quiet. Duty stopped running his mouth for a minute or two. And that's when we smelled it. I don't know if y'all ever been down to, or people are listening and watching, if they've ever been down to a livestock market.
Oh yeah,
a stockyard.
Yep.
And been down to where they hold the animals at, ready to come out in the yard to be auctioned off. It smelled like that, except for it was a hell of a lot stronger and a lot worse.
That smells like most of Arizona. I'm just kidding.
I got a joke about Arizona and West Virginia, but I'm going to keep that to myself. I've already offended a third of the United States in my lifetime. I don't want to offend any more. Yeah, there are states that Naked Bigfoot's not allowed back into, but that's a whole different podcast.
I'm moving. I am so freaking moving right now. Wherever you are, where's your closest airport? I got the RV. Never mind. Just give me your address.
Okay. All are welcome on the farm. All are welcome. Just had a poltergeist moment. All are welcome into the light.
Well, at this
you'll
point,
get drunk and pass. You'll just get drunk and pass out in the yard. I trust you. I don't think anything will eat you. I don't think, but you never know. First time for everything in my world. But but we could smell it out there. The smell, and it was overwhelming. It was like, okay, here it comes. Here comes my best description to it. It's literally like you had your head between the ass cheeks of a horse.
Of a what? Of a what?
Of a wet horse.
A horse?
Not a wet horse. HORSE.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a sound.
And you know that because...
I've had 3 wives, so I'm not going to tell you what happened.
All right, say no more.
The first one,
I don't know what that means.
Well, she was very special and animalistic in her own right, but the second one was more like a cryptid. She's like very chupacabra. My third one, she's awesome. She's Hawaiian. She's freaking awesome. The other 2 were, I don't know. I was drunk or got bit by a rattlesnake or something. Luckily, I did not have any spawn with the first 2. So I don't know how many eyes they would have had if they came out of her. So. Anyhow.
When did you know it wasn't a horse? I'm just curious.
Well, horses don't grunt at you. Well, at least the horses I've been around. I hate horses. I mean, the only good horse tastes good between 2 slices of bread and mayonnaise. I don't like horses. Or dolphins, but that's a whole different story.
A dolphin?
But, dude, I have dolphin stories, okay? I lived in Hawaii.
Oh,
I have
shit.
dolphins.
All right,
you got to stop.
That's a different podcast. Come on. All right, continue. All right, so it smelled like a horse.
My God.
So what
Like
happened?
horse. Get it correct. It's not like you had your head up a horse's ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
Many
well,
times.
It's like old,
It wasn't
old
like
urine.
that.
Dude. It's like old
It was an
animal urine.
old horse.
Yeah, it's not like an old horse that you were about to eat or something, because that thing was old. as
Okay.
hell.
All right. So then what happened?
Well, we knew they were close. If it was 1, 2, 3, something was close to us. And I couldn't move. My big feet could not move in the gravel, except for Duty. Duty got a little sense, and he grabbed my arm. He said, "Get your ass back to the ATV."
Duty got the runs, huh?
Duty did get the runs. He drug my big ass out the woods. He got the runs.
It was contagious.
Well, he took me back to the... Oh, crap. He took me back to the... He got me back to the ATV. I could not feel my hands or legs. I was scared shitless. I'm not even joking with you.
All right, we
And
need
the
a break.
Take a drink.
I almost drank some hydrogen peroxide.
I think I almost peed.
Oh my God.
All right.
I hear you can drink that too, but I wouldn't try it tonight. But
So then what?
whole different story. Anyhow, the guy back there, dude, I could not drive it. My hands were numb. I had to get that idiot to drive it. I couldn't speak. And it was we got back to the house, but we could hear the stomping behind us. Something was behind us that was still cracking limbs and cracking trees, stomping behind us.
As you were driving.
Yeah, you could hear it around you on the ATV.
Oh,
You could
wow.
only go so fast because we were trying to clear that land off, and it was still pretty rough. We had to make trails with the ATV and with the tractor and with the bulldozer. So it was still very rough land back there. It was really hard to get around back there. Well, we got down to the creek, and it stopped. We didn't hear anything else, so we paused across the creek. And then I'm saying creek. I'm not talking about this little bit of stream or anything. Creeks in my neck of the wood are like small rivers, so we got down to that. And we had made a little mud bridge so we could drive across it easy without drowning. But that's a different story there too. So we got back to the house, and neither one of us would talk about it for a few days. We just looked at each other, and I ended up having to call the logging company and canceling the contract with them and telling them, "Guys, you ain't buying no wood today because I'm not going back across there."
Right.
Well, nothing came across the creek, but about a week after that, we went back down to the creek. We still wouldn't talk about it, but we both looked at it. Let's go back down to the creek. Went down to the creek. We got down there and we sat down on the creek side and we were just listening in the woods. We didn't hear anything, but it was quiet again. You could just hear the water running. It was just the woods. I mean, dude, if you know the Blue Ridge area and the Blue Ridge Mountains and the mountain areas, it's not quiet back there. There's something back there, chirping, hissing, moving. There's always something alive back there. But it wasn't. Again, it felt like the woods was just holding its breath with us back there. It was scared, like us. Everything around us was scared like us. And we could smell it again. It hit us again in the face. Something was something was on the other side of that creek. We never saw it. But we could smell it. And you could feel that something was looking at you the entire time. And, it's one thing having a deer look at you. It doesn't want to rip your spine out and beat you with it. Yeah. But this wasn't Bambi. I kept, it felt hostile. Whatever was out there was looking at us, and it was hostile. It was pissed that we were back there. And we went back up to the house, and I told my wife, I said, no one goes across that creek ever again. No one crosses that creek.
That's crazy.
Because apparently whatever lives there, whatever's still back there, and I'll tell you how I know it's still back there, it does not come across that creek. It does not leave that boundary and come across that creek. We went across the creek into its territory, and it wasn't happy about it. It was going to bath salt the hell out of us. It wanted us out of there. And I think it was willing to do more than just stink up the woods and crack a few limbs. I distinctly felt like it wanted to hurt me. It scared me that bad that you could just feel this overwhelming bull hostility coming out of the woods at you. Just recently, we had a small distilling operation back there in the woods, and we needed water to run down to the snake. And if those who know about home distilling, they know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, and you only do it at night, and you only do it when the moon's out. But we don't go back there anymore without guns. I always have my 357 on me. I never have a shotgun or anything like that, because I think a shotgun would just piss it off. And I mean, it's pissed off enough as it is that we're there. But we'll sit back there in our little shack that we built near the creek to get the water out of to run the business with. And throughout the night, you can smell it. The smell comes across the creek, and we know it's stopping and watching us.
That's
If we
crazy.
come back across the creek, we know it's over there watching us. And again, yeah, yeah. We know it's over there. It's still watching us,
Baby.
and we don't even let hunters come across the property over there. 'Cause I'm not going to be responsible for, having some kind of weird nightmare moment that Sci-Fi Channel decides to make a movie.
Right, right.
That is not going to happen back in my woods.
That's crazy.
So I feel like we have an uneasy truce with it. As long as we don't go across that creek and piss it off,
Yeah.
or piss them off, they stay over there. But they keep an eye on us. We go down there, and we only go back down that far when we're distilling, and we don't stay long.
So, Naked, let me ask you a personal question.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I know. I know.
You address somebody as naked and say, "Let me ask you something personal."
That's not
That,
a good way to start a conversation.
I know you drink. So I'm no. I'm not making fun of you. Do you believe in paranormal, and do you believe this is really, really real to you?
I can't explain it, and I've seen some crazy shit across the United States.
I know, but
But
do you honestly? I mean, I know, but
I
what,
honestly believe there's something that lives in those woods, and that's its land. It's not mine, and I honestly believe it's there, and I truly believe it's there.
this is a very interesting story, and I think we should do a little more investigating on this.
Well,
I'm up for a road trip. I swear to God, I will come down there in a heartbeat.
I was going to say, we need to have Mike back on again.
Yeah.
On
Oh,
another episode.
absolutely.
Sure.
The thing is, I wasn't at that time. I was nice and clean and sober. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't smoking anything.
Oh, that's
I
the
mean-
problem right there. Now we know.
I was scary sober when all that was going on. And I'll
So
tell you
what are you
though,
now?
Well, I rediscovered some very interesting herbal products in my life.
Awesome.
boy, let's. Oh, okay.
But you know what? I don't go in those woods high. I
No,
don't
bless
go
your
in-
heart. We won't hold that against you.
And I do not go in those woods drunk. And I do not drop a shroom and go wandering in the woods.
So if we came
Most
down there
likely-
with you, would you go in the woods with us?
I don't know how far across the creek I would go with you.
But you'd show us where to go?
I'd show you exactly where to go.
Would you advise us not to?
It's up to you. But you're sure as hell gonna look on video and say, I do not blame Mike the Naked Bigfoot for me losing my head or having my arms ripped off. No.
It's freaking
I'm not.
awesome.
I know you're gonna look at the camera and you're gonna say no. If I get my arm ripped off and it's shoved up my friend's butt, I am not gonna sue Mike for that. Or if it's an overly intelligent bear and it smacks you around and steals the Cygnus basket, I do not want to be sued.
No,
Mm.
no,
That
it's
is
not a
not
bear.
But it's
Well, what I got out of this is I want to meet Duty.
Really? That's what you got out of it?
I can't wait to
tell you
meet
about
Duty. You too,
let me
Naked.
tell you about dude. He's not, of course, he's a product of his family. And if you met them, you wonder how they share one set of teeth amongst all of his family does. But that's a whole different story. They're good.
Well,
But-
let me ask you, Mike. Would you be willing to come back on with us on another episode?
Dude, I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
That'd be awesome.
I've got some amazing stories. I've got some, or if you want to talk about alcohol, or some of the more interesting things I've experienced throughout the South. Because apparently all the weird crap happens in the South.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we'd
want
love
to talk
to.
about it all.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Also, hey, I've had a lot of fun tonight, guys.
Man,
I
this
really-
has
Oh,
been
thank
so
you.
interesting. Unfortunately, we have more callers, but we could listen to you all night. So please get back with us. We'd like to hear more stories.
I
from
haven't
you.
laughed this hard in a while, so that's good.
And again, I think I peed.
Hey, I come from a long line of colorful storytellers. So.
Awesome. You're awesome, man.
We will tell you a story, and it can be the scariest damn thing, but you'll laugh and crack yourself at the same time.
All right, I want your contact information. We'll stay in touch.
I'll
And
give it
that
to
is
you.
freaking hilarious. I mean,
Awesome.
it's funny in a scary way, but I mean, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Happy to do it. First time I ever told that story to anybody besides people who don't think I'm utterly insane.
Really, that's awesome.
Wow.
Well, we do. So
Yeah. Well, one more of these.
One more, huh?
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Bye.
I'm your biggest
guys.
fan now. I want contact
be
information.
safe out there, Mike. We'll talk to you soon. Oh,
Wow.
that was awesome.
Wow.
I so want to take a road trip.
He's awesome.
I know I say road trip all the time, but I really want to take a road trip. Where's he from?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Blue Ridge Mountains.
When he says, I told you the South has some weird shit.
No, that's really freaking cool. I mean, that beats a heck of a Mogollon monster.
Yeah, no kidding. It really does. It really does. He was awesome. He's so funny. Oh, my God.
Right. Who do we got next?
Well, we're going to get in touch with Emily she's got a podcast called Drink, Drunk, Dead. So,
There's no naked in there.
no naked in there.
All right.
No.
Yet. No.
Why is he called the Naked Bigfoot?
Oh, Emily, you with us?
Oh, ready to go?
She's ready to go.
Oh, she's on mute. Oh, there we go.
All right. Now we're ready to go.
Hey, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you
We're
doing?
excellent.
Good.
What do you think about that Naked Bigfoot guy?
That was a very interesting story.
Dude, I swear I peed.
No, don't get me started again.
So, how are you?
I'm doing all right. It's
do you-
pretty boring here.
Where are you?
Do you have a drink?
Not tonight. I was trying to keep it sober tonight.
Oh,
that
okay.
ain't gonna work. Are you in
I
the
know.
Are you in the 814 area code?
I am. I'm up in Erie, PA.
Oh, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been up there.
Nice.
Connie at Lake.
So tell us about
Yep.
your podcast. I'm curious.
So it was my idea. I basically forced my boyfriend into starting a show with me about the paranormal because it freaks him out, and I think that's hysterical.
Was there any weapons involved? I mean, when you forced him or
Oh no, it's just batting the eyes. That's the
batting?
weapon.
All right,
That is a
cool.
weapon.
Yeah, I've got an ex-girlfriend like that.
It works.
Yes, it does.
So we just we have some drinks and we discuss crazy stories of the paranormal that we research.
So,
So,
you,
what's your best story?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, you go first.
No, I was going to say, so you guys go out and you investigate?
No, I wish. I would love to go investigating. We just do online research for paranormal stories.
Yeah, you've
All
got
kinds of stuff, UFOs, Bigfoot.
There's some great places in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
There are.
A lot of history.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Whoa.
Big time. So what's all right, so give us your craziest story that you researched.
Ooh, the craziest story that I researched. Well, okay. So what I have coming out this weekend is actually going to be cursed movies. Everybody knows this stuff, but the stories really are pretty freaking crazy when you look into them. So I looked into Poltergeist
Mm-hmm.
and the what followed around those actors and the people that were a part of that film is just wild.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, I want to hear more about
The
that.
real story.
Me
I mean, I
too.
love, the original movies I loved,
Right.
Yeah, and and some of the, actresses in that didn't fare too well, did they?
They did not. No, 2 of them died during filming, and there were 4 people that died during filming alone.
Really?
Oh, wow.
So it's a pretty crazy story. You'll have to tune in because it's a good one.
Well, we definitely will for that one.
Yeah,
for
tell
sure.
us about it. Give our listeners the information.
So it'll be coming out this Sunday, and it's going to be on Drink, Drunk, Dead. we are available anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can find me on Twitter if you want a link on there. It's pretty easy. But it's going to be all about cursed movies, and we have a special movie review that we're doing for an upcoming movie that we got a pre-screen on. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. All right, we found you on Twitter. I've just been told that. So
No, Michelle just found her on
we
Twitter.
have been told.
Well, we've been talking to her on
She
Instagram.
found her on Instagram.
Yeah. So very cool. Very, very cool. So, I heard when I was a kid that the Wizard of Oz had something in it. Have you researched that? Is that true?
Well, I've debunked that whole thing.
Oh, you did?
Just from watching it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because I know the part they're talking about a midget, or I shouldn't say that's the wrong way to say it.
So
A little
racist.
person that had hung themselves on the set, and
Yes, I heard that story too.
but if you watch it very carefully, you can see that it's a goose that lifts its feathers up and drops down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the angle that makes it look kind of freaky. So if you're believing the story that it's a little person that's hung themselves, and you'll probably see that.
Do you know if you watch if you watch The Wizard of Oz and you start the Pink Floyd out on the wall, it coincides
that.
with the whole thing?
Done that
was
many
just about to-
times.
All right, thought I was only one. All right, never mind.
No, actually, no. The person that actually discovered that originally years and years ago.
That was cool. So, how,
So, all right. So, Emily, give us a good story then. I don't want to ruin your podcast coming up because we all want to listen to it. But give
yeah,
us a good story.
don't give us your podcast details, but give us a good story.
I have a story of a possible poltergeist that I dealt with many years ago.
Cool.
I think it was 2006 to 2010. I was living in a turn of the 20th century home that had been converted into 2 apartments. And I was living on the first floor with at the time, my fiance and our good friend Dave. And as soon as we started moving in, we had weird stuff happen. We would hear kind of phantom voices. Things would go they would disappear, and then they'd pop up a few days later in a spot that was completely clean. You knew you'd walked past it a few times. There's no way it had been sitting there for days. And this went on for quite a while with phantom smells, knocks, very weird sounds. And then we started to get a mimic. Do you guys know what a mimic is?
Yeah. You know what a mimic
Yeah.
is? No, I'm kidding.
Wasn't there a movie called Mimic?
There is, yeah, in the
I'm
90s.
so sorry. I thought that was funny.
I have that movie.
So we started to have a mimic. We had these 2 front entry doors. And so it was like the outside front door, a little teeny tiny front entry, and then the inside door into linoleum tile.
Okay, I don't know what a mimic is.
Oh, you don't know what a mimic is? Okay, so it's a spirit. I don't know if it's a ghost or if it's something else, but it will make it sound like there's somebody that you know around. So you ever swear that you heard the voice of somebody,
Yes.
but they weren't even there? That's a
Mhm.
mimic.
Wow, I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
Gotta have a drink, dude.
I didn't mean to make fun of that. I thought a mimic, it's when you mimic someone.
Well,
like,
that's exactly what it is.
Uh-huh.
But it's a
But it's
ghost
a-
that mimics.
but it's when you don't do
something
it. When
yeah.
you hear it from
Mhm.
somebody else, you think somebody's
right.
there.
It's something else mimicking something that you're familiar with.
Yeah, and so I guess demons, the theory is that demons
Oh,
or
yeah.
spirits or
Sure.
Or
They're good at that.
pick up on that a lot
Yeah.
to kind of make you comfortable with them being there. So we started to have what would sound like the front doors would close, and then you would hear boots stomping off on that linoleum tile, and then you would hear what sounded like our roommate saying, "I'm home." And then,
Wow.
yeah, and it would happen over and over and over again, and he even heard it himself, and he said, "That sounds like me."
Wow.
So that was about as wild as it got for a while. We had guests that would come over and hear it, and they would experience the weird sounds and the things that would move unexpectedly. But the big thing that happened that made me think that it was possibly a poltergeist was one day I was home alone, and I was down in the basement because we had access to the full basement. And that's where I had my big old school Bowflex, and I was trying to get fit, but I was failing. So I'm down there trying to lift some weights, and directly above me is our kitchen, which again has tile flooring too. And I start hearing what sounds like high-heeled shoes walking around above me. But mind you, I'm alone. So this is definitely, it strikes me as unusual.
Creep me out.
Yeah. Well, I thought maybe my mom had popped by. She had a key. Maybe she'd come in and been a creeper and hadn't called ahead. Because, moms do that.
Moms don't do that.
So I went upstairs and I checked, and there's nobody there. Definitely a weird feeling, because that's a sound that everybody knows. Everybody knows the sound of high heels walking around, especially on tile. And then I thought maybe it was my upstairs neighbors being really loud. So I went back downstairs, and I'm trying to get back into my workout. And I hear it again. And this time I'm starting to get freaked out, because I know my upstairs neighbors were loud. They were elephant-footed people. They were not high-heeled people, and it shouldn't be sounding like it's coming from my apartment. So I went back upstairs again. And this time when I walked in through my basement door, I walked into the kitchen, and I shit you not, all of my cabinet doors, all the drawers, everything is wide open. Like that.
That's crazy.
That stereotypical thing that, yeah, it was crazy. And it scared the crap out of me, because I'm home alone and I don't know what's going on, and I'm hearing this stuff. So I go bolting through my apartment to get my house phone, because this is when you still had house phones. And I go to get the phone, and I realize that it wasn't just the kitchen, it was every single door in the apartment. On the inside was wide open, but all the outside doors were shut and locked.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Definitely poltergeist.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was the only time that it ever happened. I mean, I got the hell out of that house. I grabbed that phone and got out of there, but that's the only time that it ever got that crazy. We continued with the mimic and the phantom knocks and sounds and things, but that was the wildest that it ever got.
That's really interesting. The mimic. I don't think I've heard that before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a story we can tell you about that.
They make you think that there's somebody that you know.
Well, and Wendy said it can also mimic you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That's, like I said, my roommate heard himself.
That's crazy.
And he recognized it as himself. It was so weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that would creep me out.
Yeah, when Julia was watching Brittany's kids, yeah.
No, Julia.
Julia heard Brittany's voice come from the bedroom. That they said they heard their mom.
That's right.
Calling to them,
right.
And she wasn't there. So yeah, that's a mimic.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, you have a story about a frog or.
This is Emily.
I'm sorry.
So have you had anything else happen, Emily, after that? I mean, did it follow you, or did it stop when you were out of there?
No, I mean, I've had other experiences. I had what were pretty positively confirmed was like a haunted heirloom.
Oh.
But the poltergeist activity stopped when we moved out. We never had that happen again. Thankfully, because that was freaky.
Yeah, it didn't follow you then.
That's a good thing.
No. I don't know if it's just because my upstairs neighbor was one crazy woman, and apparently poltergeists really like crazy ladies. But
So what was the heirloom that you had that you think was haunted?
it was a chest of my grandfather's.
A what?
So
Chest.
it was
Chest.
a big wooden chest. Yep.
Chest.
So his dad had made it for him when he was a kid. They'd been really poor, but they had worked really hard to put him into private school, and this was the chest that they made to put all of his uniforms for private school in when he was a kid.
Oh wow.
And it stuck with him his whole life until he passed away when I was a little kid, and then my mom inherited it. Well, after moving out of that apartment and into my own home, I inherited that chest, and almost immediately we started to hear doorknobs rattling. We would very clearly hear the sound of the doors opening and closing. And if you stood in the bathroom, oddly enough, of all the places for this to happen, if you stood in the bathroom with the bathroom door shut, especially early in the morning, you could hear the sound of a man on the other side of the door just talking away.
That's where most men stay.
It's like this weird one-sided conversation that you couldn't understand anything that he said, but you could hear him very clearly.
So do you still have the chest?
No, it got sent away to my cousin, and she, as soon as she received it, started having activity, but she didn't know that we suspected that he was sticking around with it. She actually ended up having her house cleansed because the activity got really bad after she got the chest.
Oh, wow.
And I contacted her asking her if she had noticed this activity, and she said, yeah, let her know what was going on. And I guess apparently a psychic had told her that her grandfather was a tapster, and she had no idea that it had to do with his chest.
That's crazy.
And we know the people that moved into the house after us, and we contacted them, and they haven't had any activity. The activity seemed to go with the chest, so that's why we think it was pretty.
He passed on.
That would
moved
make
on.
sense. Well, he's with the chest.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's his favorite granddaughter. So when she got the chest, the activity just went wild through the roof.
We've done a podcast about haunted objects and possessed objects and everything, and we totally believe that.
Oh, yeah.
That objects can contain and absorb different entities and energy. That's really a great story. Do you wish you had the chest back, or are you good that it's gone?
Sometimes I miss it.
I hear you.
It was kind of nice to know that he was here, but I know it scared the shit out of my boyfriend.
Right. That's where I was going. Yeah, sometimes when that activity happens, we're scared, but we almost are comforted by it. So that's what I was wondering is if you missed that contact. So
I'm happy for my cousin that she has that because they were very close. So for her to be able to have him near her, I think means a lot.
That's cool.
Then he's probably at rest.
I think so.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool. Fantastic.
So before we let you go, I have one question for you. So if you can pick any place right now, I know you said you want to go investigate. If you could pick any place right now to go investigate, where would you go? What would you go check out?
Oh, that's a very good question.
We need a very good answer.
Well, Eastern State is here, so I would love to go visit that. And I hear they have some pretty crazy activity. Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I think that would be really interesting to investigate.
Dude, we
Plus,
got a lot of road trips. It is?
Oh, yeah.
It's like lots of
big.
acres.
Yeah, there's quite a few different paranormal groups that have investigated there and got really good stuff. Scary stuff.
Wendy did mention Penhurst Sanatorium, but I don't know if that was for Mike or for this one. I don't know where Penhurst is, but it's another one.
What was the name of that place again?
Eastern State Penitentiary.
Yeah,
Eastern State Penitentiary. All right.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Or Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Oh, yeah.
That one's
I've heard of
notorious.
Waverly Hills, yeah.
Dude, we got a lot of traveling to do.
Oh, yeah. It's all in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
I love Pennsylvania. I've been to Conneaut Lake, and do you know where Conneaut Lake is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know the film The Road?
Yeah. My dad was a preacher, and I stayed at a mortuary right across the street from a cemetery. So we were at a cemetery every night there, but that's a whole different podcast. I love Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Beautiful state.
Yeah, it is. Very much so. Yep.
So what's the frequency of your podcast? How often do you put out new episodes?
Weekly.
Very nice.
Every week.
All right,
cool.
We're going to post your information on our...
Well, I am going to start tomorrow.
Yeah. So it's Drink Drunk Dead.
Uh-huh.
That's fantastic.
And your boyfriend does it with you, right?
Yep.
Very cool.
And then he gets pretty freaked out sometimes, so it's funny.
That's
But
awesome.
at least you get to drink while you do it. So you're just staying sober tonight, though, huh?
Right, yep.
Well, thank you for staying sober with us.
We
Thank
need
you guys
another
for having
drink,
me.
so
Do one more drink. I like that.
well, that's the last one of this bottle.
Thank you so much.
Emily,
That
thanks
is
so much for
interesting.
hanging out
Thank
with us
you.
tonight. We appreciate that.
Thank you. You guys have a great night.
Yeah,
You as
we'll
well.
definitely watch your podcast and share it. And if we come across any crazy stories, we'll invite you back on. Talk about them.
Oh, awesome. Sounds great.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks again.
Thank you so much. That was freaking cool.
She gets quick with the end button there.
My dream place to go to investigate would be Salem.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
would
yeah.
love to go to
Salem.
Oregon.
Oregon or Salem?
Salem,
Massachusetts.
Wait.
Well, Massachusetts was
Is where
The witch trials.
trials
yeah,
are.
that's Massachusetts.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Salem. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The Witch City.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We
So-
got so many places to go.
So,
We do.
I'll tell you something funny about Salem now that you brought that up. See, yesterday we had our
Oregon?
we had Movie Monday. No,
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
So making fun of me.
So we did our Movie Monday yesterday, and the movie I picked was Salem's
Salem's
Lot
Lot.
from Stephen
Right.
King. And that movie scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
I bet.
Have you ever seen it? Have you watched it?
I don't recall.
Just say no.
No, I don't recall.
Oh, okay.
I believe
There's a lot of
I've
things
seen
I
it.
don't
I
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to watch
I
it.
may have. I saw The Blob. I saw a bunch of shows when I was a kid.
I could tell you if you watched it because you'd remember the little vampire kid floating outside the window, scratching on the window. You would remember that because that's what scared the crap out of me.
I may or may have
I
not
remember
seen
that.
I saw Sandlot.
Sandlot was good. Wasn't scary, but good. Oh, man.
What a great show, man.
That was
My
fun.
callers are awesome. Naked, you're cool, man. I want to party with you.
You know what?
What?
I'm going to have Michelle do the shout outs. Please. What?
Do the
What?
shout outs.
That means you got to
Come on, Michelle. Come on.
Yeah. You
Put the
help us out
microphone
with
over
this
there
all
for
the
her.
time.
I did, and she.
All right,
threw it
Michelle,
away.
You know,
shout-outs.
Michelle's our Twitter guru right now, and she's kicking ass on it, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. So
That's just wrong.
She's.
I don't have my glasses on. That's the reason I'm
Let me
asking.
see.
Right. Can someone with glasses please do the shout out?
I have to do
Give
this.
me a phone. I don't have a phone.
Here,
Or give me the tablet. Yeah.
here you go, Shay Shay.
Shay's got this.
Oh, never mind. Mom sent it to me. Well, Papa just got it off.
But it's bigger.
Oh my gosh.
All right, hold on. We're going to do shout outs.
Shout outs. Yeah, there's so many people we love.
There's a lot of shout outs to do.
Yes,
People we
there are.
want to love.
I get situated.
We love to love.
Okay.
Wendy, I
And to
can't wait
share
to
the
party
love.
with you, man. That's going to be fun. My wife and I are very excited.
So we have 303 TV,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
B Bomb Traveler,
Yes.
Melissa.
Melissa.
Beyond the Veil, Voodoo Man,
Yes, Doug and Francis.
Bunny YouTube 1,
Hey, Bunny.
White Apache, Iculus. Iculus?
I think so.
Iculus. Okay.
Iculus.
42073, Ghost Quest USA,
Awesome.
Yes.
Sunny J Shores, Greg Layton, Backroad Haunts, Esau, 1969,
69? What does that mean?
Tim,
Calm down.
E. Houston Bill, Peel Explorer, Heroes Do Exist 66, South Crack Dustin,
Yes.
South
South
Cack,
Cax. South Cax.
Except
Yep.
Mill X Row, Ohio Haunted, and Faces Fear.
Awesome. You
Oh, and
guys.
Drunk Dead. Drink Drunk Dead.
Yeah.
Drunk Dead.
that's-
Yeah, that was cool.
yes.
That was very awesome.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you to all our guests tonight. Absolutely. That was a lot of fun.
Hey,
That was
and
cool.
a big thank you to all of our subscribers.
Yes.
We're almost at 400. I think the last I looked, we were only like 4 away to get our 400th subscriber.
We were over
So-
400, but the corona hit again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Brought us back to 396 or so.
Well, now we were at, 396
We're on
last I
lockdown.
looked.
We're
so.
on lockdown again, so
Well, we're taking July off from releasing any episodes, but we still do our live thing on Tuesday nights now, right here on YouTube. So make sure you guys tune in every week. Check us out. And get caught up on our season 2. You got a lot of episodes to catch up on. You got 12 episodes.
and please feel free to contact us and keep in touch with us while we're on our break.
Yeah, via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even YouTube. I mean, please, if you watch, or I shouldn't say if, when you watch our episodes,
Yes.
please like, share, and comment on them.
Absolutely comment.
And yeah, so we really love your feedback. So
And we have a crazy second half of season 2 coming up.
And I think it
Say the
includes
least.
Naked Bigfoot.
I'm
Naked
sure it will.
Bigfoot's definitely coming
At
back.
some point, I'm sure it will.
I'm going to party with him next week.
Yep. You are?
I want to.
Should invite him to the barbecue.
Oh, hell yeah.
how long did that take you in the RV
Take a
to get to
I don't
Virginia?
care.
He's going.
I really don't
That'd be a
care.
great
We'll
road
just
trip.
drive until we get there.
I can see next Tuesday. Where the hell's Tim? Oh, he's in Virginia.
Yeah. Blue
can see it
Ridge.
now.
Blue Ridge
Yeah,
Mountains, man.
I can totally see that.
He's
Big
hanging out
cookie
with
rock.
doo-doo.
Well,
No,
guys,
Doo-doo.
I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July and
Yeah,
a safe
safe one.
4th of July. Wear your masks or don't wear your masks. Nobody.
You don't need a mask.
You don't need a mask, but stay safe anyway.
Yeah,
Be safe.
please do.
So until next time,
Yeah.
This has been the Truth About Beer and
The happy unexplained hour.
that is right.
love you
Until
guys.
next Tuesday.
Come back and see us.
Cheers.
Thanks. Cheers.
Welcome to the Truth About Beer.